One of the most controversial topics in the roller coaster world right now is 100% the topic of Arieforce One. And no, this is not a topic of whether or not the coaster is good. I mean, the majority of coaster enthusiasts agree that Arieforce One is one of the best RMCs out there. Strangely enough, the topic is actually where this coaster is located. In fact, this even gets weirder because it's closed right now. The entire park is located at Fun Spot Atlanta, which, calling it a fun spot is being generous. This is, not much more than a parking lot with like 2 flat rides in it. On one hand, it makes sense that Fun Spot opened up this roller coaster because this park was on the brink of death. I mean, it was so close to having just nothing and 0 visitors. So, out of an insane amount of desperation and dangerously low attendance, the park decided to open up a world-class roller coaster. So now Arieforce kind of sits in an odd situation. With Fun Spot Atlanta being permanently closed now, the future of this coaster is extremely uncertain. On one hand, I could definitely see it being moved to several parks around the area. I mean, Six Flags over Georgia. Technically, Carowinds is close enough where I could see them moving to that park, but an even better option, in my opinion, would be Wild Adventures. And for the majority of you who have no idea where that is, Wild Adventures in Valdosta, Georgia is like a very, very small theme park. And despite being owned by Hershent, one of the biggest theme park owners out there, who actually owns Silver Dollar City and Dollywood, this park is definitely several steps down from both of those. Its 2 flagship attractions are a Vekoma SLC and a Boomerang, and I mean, they don't have much else besides that. They have a few animal experiences. I mean, there's like a train. I'm actually not sure if their Sky Coaster is open anymore. Wild Adventures did have like an old wooden coaster, but they did end up removing that, and they also do have a water park that's sort of attached to it. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like an extremely scaled down Carowinds plus the Carolina Harbor Water Park, and minus all the great roller coasters at Carowinds. Wild Adventures struggles to have like an iconic ride that really suits the park well. I mean, and it's really strange to me that Hershent hasn't poured more love into this park. I mean, yeah, I will admit Valdosta, Georgia is sort of this rural area, but that didn't stop people from coming to it. The attendance wasn't low the time I visited, and the park isn't bad. I mean, it has great vibes. I mean, it's a really well kept up park. It just struggles with its ride lineup so much. And I feel like due to the fact that Fun Spot opened a world-class roller coaster in a parking lot and everyone still went to it, if they moved it to Valdosta, Georgia, and at Wild Adventures, it would probably be a very smart move, because that would bring in so much attendance to this park. And they 100% have the room for this coaster. I mean, there's so much room around this park. It's like right in the middle of the forest in Georgia. On top of this, moving Arieforce One to Wild Adventures wouldn't only bring more attendance in the park, but it would also, I feel like, spark up some new interest in this whole area. And I feel like that it would kind of convince Hershent to pour way more love into this park, because recently they have not been doing that. I mean, the park hasn't had a recent ride in forever. All in all, Wild Adventures feels like such a great home for Arieforce One. And for a coaster that has received so much love by coaster enthusiasts, I mean, it's definitely no secret that all of us really want this coaster to find a great home. And honestly, this is why Arieforce One is interesting. Wild Adventures has a decent foundation, but a world-class RMC would completely change the park's reputation overnight. I mean, if Arieforce One ever came to Wild Adventures, it would change their entire reputation from regional park to a place where major enthusiasts actively plan their trips around. The reason why I'm more in favor of this coaster going to Wild Adventures rather than a big Six Flags park is because Six Flags has already cemented its reputation as one of the biggest coaster destinations on the earth. And if I'm being honest, I would absolutely love to see Wild Adventures grow into a bigger park, and it just feels like this coaster is really suitable for this park. And as I stated earlier, if this coaster ever did come to Wild Adventures, it would probably cause Hershent to grow the park even bigger, perhaps investing more into it and adding new roller coasters that can also be incredible. But of course, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, because moving a roller coaster is really expensive. For an estimate, buying the coaster itself would be from 5 to 10 million, depending on its value, and dismantling 1 to 3 million, transporting hundreds of thousands, potentially over 1 million, because they're transporting lots of steel and specialized equipment, plus new foundations, and site work would cost several $1,000,000. Plus you have reassembling, testing, engineering permits, all of that amounting to several $1,000,000. Basically, anywhere from 10 to 20 million or more could be the cost of the entire process. But again, Wild Adventures isn't kind of this just standalone park. It's owned by Hershent. And mind you, one of Hershent's theme parks, Silver Dollar City, got rated the #1 theme park in the world. So there's that. Really, the biggest question that still remains is, would Hershent be willing to invest in a theme park this small in this rural of an area? And I think that's not really a big question because, I mean, Come on, Fun Spot invested in this thing. And not just Fun Spot, but the worst Fun Spot park that has ever existed. Now, I don't believe that Fun Spot Atlanta ended up closing because the new coaster didn't bring in enough attendance. I just feel like the rest of the park was just so terrible that it wasn't even like a proper theme park at this point. I mean, maybe they could have opened it as like a standalone attraction or something, I don't know. But I feel like Wild Adventures should look at the stats. I mean, upon this roller coaster opening at Fun Spot Atlanta, it brought in so many people and so many enthusiasts who wanted to try it out before it closed. And maybe this was just hype because the ride was about to close and people thought it would be closing forever. But no, I genuinely believe that this roller coaster is actually great and that people actually enjoy riding it. And that if it ever did go to Wild Adventures, people would visit there just to ride this. And more than that, they would actually visit to go to Wild Adventures because all in all, Wild Adventures is a great park and is much deserving of an iconic roller coaster like this. On top of this, if it did go to Wild Adventures, it would also have room to shine. I mean, if you put this coaster in a Six Flags park, it would mostly be on the same level as all the other roller coasters, and people would just go there for the same reason. But if you took Arieforce One and put it in a smaller park like Wild Adventures, it would really give this roller coaster a chance to shine on its own, at least for the time being. And hopefully it would turn Wild Adventures into a destination. I mean, I'm 100% positive that Herschel would be more willing to invest in this if it had more success because of a great coaster. And we all would absolutely love to see another Silver Dollar City style park in Georgia. It would be incredible. And it would activate more opportunities to build better coasters. I mean, all in all, it's a win-win situation. Now, of course, there are several downsides to this. It's not as simple as Wild Adventures can just go over and buy it. I mean, it technically isn't for sale. I have zero idea of any details and contracting as far as any of that goes. But if Wild Adventures ever did get the opportunity to purchase this roller coaster, I feel like they 100% should do it, and I think that there's a high chance that they actually will. It would in some ways be a similar situation to how Fun Spot invested in this, but it wouldn't be exactly the same because, I mean, Fun Spot was literally about to close anyways. They opened it up at that park strictly due to the fact that they tried to turn it around, but it was, in my opinion, just way too far gone. But Wild Adventures is not going to close anytime soon. I mean, this is a high-quality park. Yes, it's smaller and it's in need of Arieforce One badly, but investing in it would definitely be less of a gamble than what Fun Spot took. I'm even sure that RMC themselves would love to see this $18 million masterpiece finally find a home. In my opinion, it just didn't go to the proper home at first. But not all is lost. It hasn't been torn down yet. It can still be put somewhere. I mean, anywhere. Preferably Wild Adventures. But even if it does still end up at a Six Flags park, heck, at least it survived. I'll be happy then too. Overall, it's really hard to say what'll happen to this coaster. It definitely has an uncertain future. And maybe things will go in the right direction. I mean, it's probably a 70% chance that they won't. But, you know, I guess you can never really say for sure. I mean, heck, a parking lot opened a world-class roller coaster. So, you know, maybe something crazy will happen. Who knows?